Hey everyone, it's Patty from Deep Space Sparkle. Today we're going to make your own Mother's Day card using hand lettering techniques. It's really cool. We're going to use bubble letters, watercolor paints, and my new favorite, chalk markers. This project requires a little bit of prep in advance, and hey, your mom is worth it. So what you're going to need is a 9x12 sheet of colored paper, any color you want, and you want to fold it in half. Then you want to cut out a white piece of paper. This is what we're going to make the lettering on, the initial of your mom's first name. And this should be just a little bit smaller than this. Then what I find really helpful, and it's not necessary to have, but I have a 4x6 inch piece of cardboard that's cut out. And this is going to just serve as a little ruler, a straight edge, and a guide. Then watercolor paints, some chalk markers, and then to make this project really easy, I have a couple of handouts that I want to give you. A bubble letter practice sheet, plus a really beautiful handout that has all of the floral designs that you might want to include in your Mother's Day card. You can grab it in the link in the description below. On the white piece of paper, go ahead and place your template. And this is kind of where, inside this area is where you're going to be placing your initial. I'm going to use the initial R. It's not the beginning of my mom's name. I'm choosing it because it has a round section of a letter and also it has a straight section of the letter, and I want to demonstrate both. So now I have this little rectangle. This is the area that I want to make sure my initial is centered in. Now, I want you to practice doing some rounded or bubble letters. I have a handout for you, plus I have a little exercise that you can try all on your own with just a regular sheet of paper. Here's how to do that. Okay, so now that you've had a little bit of practice, let's go ahead and make a letter. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the letter R, so I'm just going to draw a straight line, and I'm just using my hand, not a ruler, and then I'm not going to go to the very top. I want my R to reach all the way out here, but not to go to the edge of the line, and I want to come back. Now, if you want to, you can divide this in half so that you know where to stop. Because you're only making one letter, you can make it as decorative or individual as you want. Then I'm going to make a line that goes down to the corner of my paper. Now I'm going to start with the bubble letters. So just like you practiced in the practice section, you want to take the bubble and go all the way down. Make a nice rounded edge. Don't worry about making it too thin. You want to go nice and thick and go all the way up. Now I want to go around here on my R. And then the bottom part of the R. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I want to make it just a little bit more round, so I'm just going to take my pencil and make it as fat and round as I want. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now take your eraser and I want you to erase all the lines that you don't like inside your letter. When you erase your lines, you'll actually see some areas that could use a little tidying up. Like maybe they just don't look right. Like this, I feel like should be just a little smaller. Okay, so I'm finished with my letter R. Now what I want to do is start painting. You want to just paint the letter itself, and I'm going to choose a lighter color. I really like this yellow. It's going to provide a really beautiful base for my markers. Okay, now that I have my base letter done, I want to wait for this to dry. Okay guys, we're almost done of our Mother's Day card. We're getting into the home stretch. I want you to take your eraser and erase all of the extra lines. And if there's a little pencil still showing underneath the watercolor, that's okay. Then your mom knows it's truly handmade. Okay, so now we're gonna get out my favorite media, chalk markers. So these are water-based chalk markers, and what it allows you to do is paint over a painted surface, or really any kind of surface. We're gonna paint over our letter. I'm gonna remove the background, and using your handout, you can really decorate this as much or as little as you want. So I think I'll start with this pretty green, no, blue. I changed my mind a lot. And I'm going to create a little vine that goes up the side. And this vine, maybe I'll do a lighter color for the stems. These chalk markers have so many beautiful colors. You're going to have so much fun playing around with these. The trick is to not press too hard. Let the ink just flow out, don't force it. And if you do find that you need to shake the paint up a little bit, just put the cap on, give it a little shake, and then just compress the nib ever so gently to release the flow of paint. And then continue on. Okay, I'm all finished with my design. I kind of went a little crazy. This was just so much fun to do. You're gonna love it as well. So now when this dries, all you have to do is turn it over. I'm gonna use my scrap paper. And you wanna use a glue stick. I think glue stick is best. You can also use white school glue and you can just brush it on. Then position it over your cardstock. Turn it upside down, press it. And there you go. Now, one thing you can add is another sheet of paper inside. This is where you can write a note to your mom, or maybe your grandmother, or someone who's special to you, and tell her how you feel about her. And I tell you, she's gonna love it. Okay, teachers, so I would love to see what your students create. I can imagine they're gonna come up with some most beautiful cards for their moms. Join the Deep Space Sparkle Dazzler group and share your students' art and inspire other teachers to create this project. I'll see you next week.